A big free agency so far for the Jags in day one, and it isn't even over. I'm recording this video now as it's late into the night here in the UK. If you told me the Jags had signed a receiver on day one of free agency, I of course would have assumed you were talking about Calvin Ridley. At first, I didn't really know what to think about it when we got the news that we were signing Gabe Davis. This is because Gabe Davis is not the most consistent and healthiest wide receiver, but when he is healthy, he is very productive. He's a big target and he always manages to find the red zone. And that is something that Jags struggled with big time last season. And he's also had incredible playoff runs. Davis has this reputation for turning up when it matters the most, hence why he's got the nickname Big Game Gabe. And in that AFC divisional playoff game 2-3 years ago against the Chiefs, he made 8 catches, he had over 200 yards, and he had 4 receiving touchdowns. And I believe that's the record for most receiving touchdowns in a playoff game. And he also has the most yards per reception of any receiver in the league since 2020. So literally, you can see he's a big play threat. And the acquisition of Davis just shows the front office they're determined to surround Lawrence with as many weapons as possible. My one worry about Gabe is that he's not the most consistent. There'll be games where he'll only go with only 1 catch, but that 1 catch will be a big play. And the issue we had last season with Ridley was that he was an amazing route runner, but wasn't consistently productive. So we just needed that consistency, which we never got, especially when Kirk went out towards the end of the season. And talking about Kirk, we signed him about 2 years ago on a big deal. Everybody was thinking, what's going on? But he's been super productive and he's been a key receiver for us. And now his contract's looking like a great value, and now we've added Gabe Davis into that mix for Trevor Lawrence, and it's just looking really, really good. At the moment, at the time of this recording, Calvin Ridley hasn't signed with anyone else yet, but the longer this goes on, the more likely it looks like that he probably would come back to the Jags, and then that probably means that Zay Jones will probably be cut because of this, as a cap casualty. Having Calvin Ridley, Gabe Davis, and Captain Kirk, it's going to be super interesting, especially with Gabe Davis's ability to make big plays. That's hopefully going to open up more opportunities for our tight ends, for Calvin Ridley and Kirk, and hopefully that our offense is just so much more fluid next season. And to help the offense even more, we finally have a centre. Mitch Morse, another player from the Buffalo Bills, he was released from the Bills last week. And Morse began his career with the Kansas City Chiefs before spending the last 5 years playing centre for Josh Allen. And incredibly, Morse has only allowed 1 sack last season, and in fact he's very notorious for protecting the quarterback. He hasn't allowed a single QB takedown in his first 4 years in the league, and this is an immediate upgrade on Luke Fortner. In other news, the Jags has also reached a 3-year agreement with Green Bay Packers free agent Darnell Savage, a 2-year deal with Baltimore Raven free agent kick returner Devin Duvernay, and this is a huge pickup for our special teams because last season we struggled in the kick returning department. And also one that we thought we had but we didn't have was Will Lutz. I don't know what it is with the Jags and going after former Bronco kickers. I know that they kick in the Mile High City and it's very difficult, but yeah, I don't know what it is. But he later just decided to change his mind and he decided to re-sign back with the Denver Broncos. But that's the issue when you have a 48-hour tamping period. But that's all. If there's any news in day 2 or as the week goes on, I'll make an extra video. This is Jag Central. I hope you all are all doing well. And subscribe. See you soon.